Hey, what is up, homies? Welcome back to another episode of Army Men of War. I am your, for crying out loud, I am your host, Mighty Mapper123. Sorry, oh god, you can't even see my mouth now. And do you know what? Screw it, I'm just gonna leave it down there. Right, and today we're going to be doing a story time video just to get you guys up to date with everything that has happened so far in the prologue of Season 3. So right here we have the battle map. Welcome back to the battle map. It's been a while since we've actually seen what's been going on the battle map. There's a lot of updating I need to do since we moved it over to the new version of the mod, but I've pretty much nailed Viet Tan, as you can see on the right over here. And we also have Tangier over here, so we can see everything that's been going on really since the start of the Season 3 prologue. So anyway, previously we watched as the Greens came over, and I think this was the end of Season 2, I believe. And what they did was, they came back to Viet Tan to try and take the princess, which was Princess Ivy, bring her home, because it's tradition, and make her into the queen, because the king of Greenland was murdered. Well, he was killed by war, I guess, by a big boom, which is a nuclear bomb, which is actually, it's a firework connected to a hand grenade. So could you imagine the explosion if you were an army man that size? Yes. Do excuse the lighting, by the way. This is a red light right here. Look, I'll just get it down. Oh look. Oh god, I don't want to burn myself. Yeah, I've put all the lights and everything, and I'm actually going to start using this camera more if it will focus properly. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to be using a lot more face cam because I feel like I spent like, I don't know, £100 on this camera, and I've not really used it since I bought it. So I think I'm going to be using it a lot more in the future. So anyway, right here, I'm going to give you the up-to-date version of everything that's happened so far. So sit back in your chair, relax, and listen. And this is going to catch you up to everything that's happened so far in the Season 3 prologue. So Princess Ivy was kidnapped some time ago, and she was found trying to hide from her own race in Tangier. So she planned to settle down, raise a family, and avoid the drama of politics. She didn't like her father, who was the king, King Greenland. So Sultan Rumek invited her to take refuge in his new domain called the Orange Sultanate of Tangier. So she would have sought refuge around, I think it's this town or something right here. It would have been around here, which she was... Remember that battle that we had where we had the Tans that were paid by the Greens to come and pick her up and then take her back to Greenland? But the Tans failed miserably. The Oranges ended up, well, the Greys ended up capturing her, didn't they? Then the Oranges ended up betraying the Oranges to stop them from taking her back to Growl. So, anyway, so after Rumek was killed, that's the old Sultan, it's now Sultan Laventine, the responsibility fell on their new leader, Sultan Laventine, to bring Ivy to the throne of Greenland and get the most powerful nation in Plastica on their side. So the Oranges conjured up a plan with the Greys and the Reds to destroy Greenington and kill the tyrant, which we call King Greenland, once and for all. So what they did was they launched the big boom, like I say, a firework, which was attached to the grenade, and it blew up the whole city. The whole city was just in ashes. It was gone. They knew that the tradition would have to bring their precious gem to the throne of Greenland, therefore forging a new green government. They were holding on to Princess Ivy for a reason. The Greys, on the other hand, had other plans. They wanted to ransom the princess for lands in eastern Britannia, but the Oranges... My dog's snorting. Stop snorting. The Oranges wouldn't have her be taken to Growl, so they killed the Greys and left the GOR alliance in hope that the Green Princess could evoke a new alliance treaty with the Greens and bring legitimacy to the Oranges, because they didn't have any. They've got no right to rule. They are technically a rebellion holding an empire, so the Tans still have every right to the throne of Tangier. So meanwhile, in Greenland, Green Congress knows this dastardly plan, and Secretary Grin assumes full responsibility to govern the Green Nation. The new queen, which is Queen Ivy now, is then made into a public figure only. So this is the start of Season 3 prologue. The new queen is made into a public figure only, Queen Ivy hates this. Well, she hated this, so she sends word to the Oranges, who militarize a band of Pearlanese mercenaries. They were to raid Congress during her speech, and in the Great Green Congress Hall, as they shut up the place, you remember, no orange. I think a lot of you got what that was from, to be honest. So anyway, after that, Grin ended up surviving that attack, and Greenland laid blame on the Queen, who then quickly blamed Grin for this attack. So she just laid the blame onto Grin, and then it became a political debate with Congress, who were still siding with Grin. Who was it? Was it Grin or was it the Queen? So she knew, right, that he had to go. Grin had to die if she was to take complete full takeover of her kingdom. So just as Grin started to get the better of the Queen, she arranges his death by car bomb. She discreetly removes her opposition. There we go. I got it out, didn't I? There we go. Got my Stewie voice on again. Now I'm going to Cleveland Brown, gaining her full control over her state. I'm an idiot. She then arranges a meeting to ally herself with the Orange Sultanate of Tangier. One of her generals then sees right through her cunning plans and launches a coup by rallying his army against his own queen in hope that the other generals would join him. So his name was General Shawshank, and him and his airborne division marched on Grenfield, which was the new capital of Greenland, because the old one was destroyed. So a great battle was fought over the new capital, and the Green Queen, should I say, is quick to blame the assassination of Grin and the arrangement of the Congress attacks on Shawshank. She addresses her nation and promised them a new future, great wealth, and also an end to this never-ending war. Well, I say never-ending because it's been like 350 episodes, something like that, since the Colonial Wars anyway. This stops the other generals siding with Shawshank and also gains her full support from her people. Shawshank and his army were destroyed. Grenfield then left in ruins, so that was the capital now, Grenfield. So the streets were, they were destroyed. Do you remember that battle? I'll get it up on screen right here. Like, you can see the battle in the background. Grenfield taking hits from Shawshank's men, the airborne division. The Queen's G.I. Janes were then quick to apprehend Shawshank whilst he was on his way to escape through to the human dimension using the portals. And he also had high clearance to get into the Millie Mountains where the portals are, so he could have got away with it. But they caught him just before he managed to get there. So, well, he then gets brought to the Queen, and instead of being executed for high treason, she spares his life but strips him of his rank. So she was a bit merciful on him. She then banishes him to fight in the upcoming Green-Orange campaign against the Viet Tanese. She knew that if they could crush all independence of the Tan state, it would secure the Orange's legitimacy to the throne of Tangier, which is the campaign of Viet Tan. To start this new campaign, the Queen sends word to all Eastern armies to rally on the Southern Green Air Base in Viet Tan. So I'll take you to there right now. Look, the Southern Green Air Base, and this is kind of where we are in the series at the minute. Look, we can see that the Tans just defeated everybody in that air base. So the Queens act quick too soon to take out Malice and drive the 75th Shot Battalion out of the area. The Battle of Tamburger Hill began. A preemptive strike on who the Tans thought to be their allies turned into a green massacre. Shawshank led the charge, but sadly fell. This deadly, unprovoked attack on the Tans shook Platos, who is the president of Viet Tan, and he quickly moved down south to help fight off the Greens before more of them could arrive. He ordered Malice and his 75th Shot Battalion to charge alongside his own army in pushing the Greens out of Viet Tan once and for all. The Tans' plan worked, and they crushed the Greens before they could even land. The Tans even received word that the Reds will be sending troops down south to aid against the Orange-Green coalition. But around the same time as these events, the Oranges conjure up yet another cunning plan to reap the advantages of owning a vast quantity of Placisium which they found in their western mountains. They arrange meetings with the greedy red and grey ambassadors, and also gift mining facilities to their new green allies. This is where we are in the story at the moment. Can you tell me in the comments, why do you think that the oranges have arranged a meeting with the red and grey ambassadors? Do you think that maybe they're up to something? I know the Queen is behind all this and she wants to end this war. So tell me in the comments below what you think. So in the next battle, which should be tomorrow, I hope, or tonight if I can get it out, that is, the oranges are going to be crossing this river right here, which is the Tan River, and they're going to be launching their full assault across the river against the Tans. The Tans are obviously at this precise moment backed up by the Reds. But yes, Platos is leading with Malice the armies in the south, and then we have armies in the north as well. So only if all of the Tans combined can they take out the oranges and the greens put together, because the oranges have a lot of men. So we have Sultan Levantine himself right there, look. Each one of these men on the battlefield do represent 100 troops. And we can see that there's around 1,500 men in the south, look. They would have lost a lot of troops beforehand. They would have had to bring fresh guys down from Taigun, which is the capital of the south. But yeah, so this is where we are in the series. So do stick around, hit that subscribe button if you want to see the upcoming battle. Let me know what you think is going to happen to the Tans, the oranges, the greens, the greys, the blues, all of them. Tell me who your favourite nation is in the comments below. I'm also looking to gain some more of you guys on the Discord to take part in events and things like that. So be sure to come and click the Discord link in the description. Also follow me on Patreon if you want to receive exclusive awards, including work, like past work and things like that, like old maps and older mods that I've worked on. It's called the Mighty Toy Box. Definitely recommend it. And there's loads of stuff in there, and I'm going to be updating it again very soon as well. Also, there's a link to my merch in the bottom if you're interested in buying some cool Army Men of War merch. I've got some really cool comfy hoodies and things like that. You know, I wear them myself. I've got like 2 or 3 of them myself. Yes, and a mug. You can buy a mug as well, so you can sip some tea. Well, you know, do the great British thing whilst watching my series. So anyway, I appreciate you guys a lot. I am going to try and upload more. I am sorry for not uploading all the time, but I keep meaning to get into a routine of things, and then I just end up messing it up, and I just can't find a way to get out of it, because as soon as you don't upload for like 1 day, that's it. Then you get into a kind of like habit of it, and then next thing you know, you haven't uploaded in 3 days, then it's 4, then it's 5, and then it's a week, and then you stop panicking because no, my channel's going to die. But no, I am going to try and upload minimum 3 videos a week as of now, I hope. So anyway, I'm MightyMapper123. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.